In a land of sunshine where the palm trees sway, there's a special show to brighten up your day. From rockin' festivals to Broadway dreams, tune in with Bonnie G. It's a desert scene, the desert scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley is the place to be, for all the culture, fun, and harmony. The desert scene, yeah, with Bonnie G.
Mutual Broadcasting welcomes you to the Desert Scene, featuring conversations with the people who make culture, art, and entertainment happen in the Coachella Valley. From local theater to live music, art exhibits to cinema and beyond. The Desert Scene is presented by El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. Now, here is your host, Bonnie G.
And welcome to the Desert Scene. Happy to have you here, and very happy to welcome to the show Eric Frankson, who is my partner. I'll throw that out there. And he is on the board of the Well in the Desert, a wonderful organization here in town that helps the homeless. And they have a big concert every year called the Desert Jam. The Desert Jam 2024 is coming up November 11th, and Eric's going to talk about it. Hey, Eric, how are you?
I'm doing fine, Bonnie G.
So tell folks... Let's start with a little bit about what Well in the Desert does for people who don't know.
You know, we've been at this over 24 years now, and you'd think everybody would know about the Well in the Desert, but we're an organization that started with the idea that we were going to make sure no one went hungry in the Palm Springs area, and that was 24 years ago. Since then, we have served warm, nutritious meals 6 days a week for the last 24 years. In fact, even through the pandemic, we missed exactly 0 meals. We made sure that everybody was taken care of. And our numbers, now we're looking at our numbers changing. We work out of 4 different local churches, and we prepare the food, and then we serve it at the churches. We're up to 250 to 300 meals a day now, that warm, nutritious meals that we send out with folks, you know, that come in that are the worst of the worst. They're addicted, and they're
mental health issues,
and they've lost everything, and they just have nowhere to go. Well, when they have absolutely nowhere to go, they come to the Well in the Desert, and we feed them, and we help them get clothes, and we send them in the right direction in medical, and you know, we have showers on Fridays, and we do a lot of things that need to be done because no one else is doing it. And so once a year we have a big fundraiser. We've had it now for, probably a dozen years, the Desert Jam. And it's where singers and performers from across the valley get together. And then we put on a benefit. There will be a live auction going on, of course, and but we have the Heart of Soul band led by Philly Joe.
Excellent.
Yeah. And then we also have a lineup that I think I can honestly say is one of the best lineups that you could go to see. If you wanted to go see all the singers, the best singers in town, do what they do. I mean, you have people like Keisha D and Frank DeSalvo, who does the best Sinatra you've ever seen.
He does, yeah.
Yeah, and Hope Diamond, who controls a crowd just with a
big jazz
voice.
diva, yeah.
Patrice Morris. I mean, so Eve Evans. Come on.
Can't beat Eve Evans, yeah.
Christy King.
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that we have Christy.
I think.
And she is so good, and she even does a Doris Day.
Dynamite
so we'll
entertainment.
Lisa Lynn Morgan, the first time doing it for her, and we try to spread it out a little bit and change it up a little bit. And this year we have a lot of different kinds of music. We have Chase Huna coming in, and he's going to be playing stuff off his new album. Just really a very talented young guy here in town, sax player, gonna go wherever he wants to go eventually. Chris Bennett. Yeah. If you've never seen Chris, then you're gonna want to come. If you've never seen Chris, you're gonna want to come. Tony Granberry. You know, I go on. I say a lot about my own Bonnie G that is going to be performing. Also, I've seen her literally hundreds of times perform, and I would go to see her anywhere.
Well, I am extraordinarily honored to be in the lineup with these folks. I mean, these are some top-notch entertainers. I want to go back for a minute to, let's talk about tickets. November 11th, 5:30 p.m.
Starts at 5:30. We're starting it earlier. We're trying to... What happens is usually it goes on a little too long, and then we end up losing people. So we're going to have this really under control. We start at 5:30. The sit down will start at 6. The music starts. There will be music beforehand. In fact, I'm going to be playing the piano, and then there is a rumor that I might be playing the fiddle for Devil Went Down to Georgia.
I heard that rumor. Yeah,
and so if you like my fiddling, you might want to come to this concert also, because I'll be doing it.
For tickets, you can call 760-285-7297 or go to www.wellinthedesert.org. Now, it's $175 a person, $1,750 for a table of 10, but this is an investment and it's a tax write-off.
Right, $175 per person. I'm a guy that also gives bikes to homeless people. And we just gave the Well in the Desert just gave away our 204th bicycle yesterday to homeless and people that need it, and people have jobs and what we're finding is that a bike like that is worth 2 or 3 times the amount, and these people are donating those. I'm hoping that the people that care so much, consider this, if not donating to a great cause, you're coming to a great concert. And if not coming to a great donating to a great concert, you're donating to a great cause. And kindness ripples, and what you do and what you donate and contribute to the Well in the Desert ripples not only to the homeless people that we touch every day, but their organizations and the organizations that contribute to us also. And it's been a tough couple of years. Yeah. It's been a tough couple of years. In fact, last year we had to cancel the Desert Jam just because it was just too close to the pandemic, and we just couldn't do it. Yeah. This year we're gonna rock it. We're going to rock it.
I want to go back to a second, because I think some people knew maybe about the food, but didn't know about the other things at the well, like the showers and and guiding people to mental health. So talk a little bit about the other things besides the food.
You can't do one without the other, because once these folks start showing up off the street, a lot of them are addicted. They're injured. They're scab covered. Yeah. They're filthy and they're dirty, and they're wearing rags if they're wearing anything. Yeah. If you woke up in the morning after a meth binge and you'd been up all night and you got beat up and all your stuff was taken, the first people you'd come to is us at the Well in the Desert, and we would take you and clean you up and make sure you had a nice warm meal and have an extra warm meal to go with you. Then we have clothes. We have donations that come in from 2 or 3 country clubs, like Suncrest Country Club.
Lots of donations.
A little tiny country club, but my goodness, what they give them a van full of clothes every month, So we have clothes, and then we have hygiene things, and we have medical that shows up through different organizations, including DAP and the San Bernardino Nurses Association. And really, I mean, we are so thankful for what they do for us, so we can do for others. Again, kindness is rippling, is what it is.
We're going to take a quick break on the desert scene with Eric Frankson talking about the Well in the Desert Jam. We'll be right back.
Craving a delicious meal that won't break the bank? Look no further than El Portal Mexican Restaurant in Cathedral City. At El Portal, we pride ourselves on offering family-friendly dining with affordable prices on our authentic Mexican cuisine. Owner Victor Lucurcio and his dedicated staff make you feel like part of the family. Whether you choose to dine in, take out, or opt for delivery, you can always count on fresh, mouth-watering dishes that will transport you to the heart of Mexico. Enjoy discounts throughout the week and explore one of the Valley's best selections of tequila to complement your meal. Join us for live entertainment on Friday evenings and consider El Portal for your next special occasion with our catering services. Visit eatatelportal.com for more details and discover why El Portal Mexican Restaurant has has become a culinary gem in the desert. El Portal, located 1 block south of Ramon on Day Palm and Via Olivera.
And we're back on the Desert Scene, talking to Eric Frankson, who's on the board of Well in the Desert, a wonderful organization here in the desert, talking about their big event, the Desert Jam. I want to dive into the homeless thing just a little bit more for a second. There are people, and I know, who see someone on the street walking dirty or talking to themselves or yelling or whatever or asking for money, who, the tendency is to ignore them, turn their head, walk the other way, or make some derogatory comment. What would you say to someone like that on how to change their attitude around?
I guess we'd have to start by understanding that everybody's a human. Mm-hmm. Everybody deserves a certain amount of just respect, and once you marginalize a person on the street, they no longer have any reason to act like a normal person.
Right. Yeah.
And that gives them a reason to steal. Mm-hmm. It gives them a reason to trespass. It gives them a reason to dig through your garbage can.
Because people have given up on them.
Because they already know that they aren't cared about. Mm-hmm. And because of that, they're unsurvivable. They only have themselves. Yeah. And the worst part is, I think, that they don't have anywhere to go. They don't have any sort of mental health help right now. Addiction counseling. I had to estimate 80% of the people on the street that you see are addicted to either meth or opioids. They're all doing Fetty nowadays, which is fentanyl, if you hear that on the street. And basically, until you can deal with their addictions and get them sheltered so they can save their belongings instead of losing their belongings, every time they go to sleep, they fall asleep, someone steals their stuff, or the cops come and the cops will take their stuff, or they lose it. They walk away from their stuff. It's if they have a place to lock their stuff safely, not only don't they lose their stuff, but they don't have to
steal from anybody else,
and they don't have to do the drugs that keep them up all night to defend their stuff.
So nobody steals their stuff.
That's how they all get hooked on meth.
Yeah.
They all start by trying to defend their stuff, and after the second or third night, it's basically over.
Yeah.
They are part of the system, and it's its own thing. We fight that every day, and we fight that with kindness.
Yeah.
We are a non-secular group. We do work with churches. We work with different church groups that bring showers and stuff, but we are non-secular.
And some people get turned off if it gets real religious. Yeah,
it has nothing to do with what we do.
Yeah,
and because of that, we haven't had a choice. When we've had funding cut off in the past from government and stuff, mm-hmm. we have continued on because we don't have an alternative.
Yeah,
we just don't. We have to. You can't let people. If we stop feeding people,
they just starve and die.
Tomorrow you would have 200 to 300 people, 400 people wandering around town hungry, looking for food.
And that leads them to steal.
Guess what's going to happen on the second day?
Yeah.
We don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
So we can't do that. So this is why we have this concert.
Yeah.
You want to be a contributor.
Help.
You don't even have to come to the concert. Give your tickets away. Give us the time to see what we're doing and be willing to contribute. And if you contribute, it goes to, well, last year we served 73,615 warm meals, mm-hmm. 73,000 free meals. And we've done that all through private donations. Mm-hmm. So we need, this is, like I said, this is our big fundraiser. What the phone number again, 760-285-7297. 7297. And you can go to also www.wellinthedesert.org. And we have a donation site where if you go in there, you can also buy the tickets there.
Well, you can donate whatever you want. Also.
And you also can donate whatever you want, including, I must say, bikes.
A bike.
I've made a point of saying we don't turn down any bikes. What I do is I fix them up. I have people that donate money to help get tires and tubes and chains and all the stuff that comes with it. And we'll take the bike that's sitting in your garage and make it operable, and then make sure that the right person
gets it.
Let me tell you something. After 204 bicycles, you get a pretty good idea who's going to keep their bikes and who's not. So,
all right, Eric Frankson, who's on the board of the Well in the Desert, a wonderful organization. The Desert Jam 2024, November 11th, 5:30 p.m. Again, 760-285-7297. A lot of great musicians and singers. Thanks for your work, the great work you guys do. Thanks for being here.
We're glad that we can help.
All right, we'll see the rest of you the next time on The Desert Scene.
The Desert Scene with Bonnie G. Meet the stars and feel the beat. From the Coachella Valley, it's the place to be. For all the culture, fun, and harmony. The Desert Scene, yeah, with Bonnie G. The Desert Scene's where you belong with Mutual Broadcasting's Bonnie G. Just sing along. Just sing along.